Fortnite's island location has been found? We gotta react to this. What is up, you guys? It's me, the Ghost Gamer 260. Today we are reacting to the Fortnite location has been found. Very shocking. And yet, let's begin. Cultural shock.
Hey everyone, Gaijin Goomba here.
We got the Goomba guy.
Time has finally come. Time for Culture Shock to cover the one game that everyone can't seem to stop talking about for the last month, for better or worse.
Help.
But let's give credit where credit's due. Fortnite's got a crisp, stylized appearance, stable servers, is incredibly straightforward in terms of its game mechanics and rules, and has one of the most unique theories going around lately that I've ever heard.
Where is it?
For any of you who might have been hiding under a rock with me for the last couple of weeks when it comes to Fortnite, the game's community, particularly on Reddit, has been formulating a pretty substantial theory about the origin of Fortnite Battle Royale's map, claiming that the map, in its entirety, is based on the country of Poland. And I gotta agree with a lot of these ideas, because when directly comparing a map of Poland to the PvP map of Fortnite...
Well, I'm gonna pause this quickly. I'm sorry if I sound a little weird. Right now, I'm a little sick. So, yeah. I might not be sounding the best today. Alright, let's resume.
Not only do the two maps look geographically identical, a few interesting observations crop up. For example, Retail Row, the map's most urban developed area filled with shopping centers and cars, matches the exact same location as Warsaw, Poland's capital. To the northwest in Fortnite's map is Haunted Hills, an empty, decrepit location featuring little more than a few buildings and a graveyard. And on the flip side, in the northwest of Poland sits Kłomina, Poland's officially recognized ghost town. During the Second World War, Nazi occupation forces developed a massive prisoner of war camp containing over 8,000 Polish soldiers and civilians. Since its return to Poland in 1993 by the Red Army after the Iron Curtain fell, no one has had any interest in populating or purchasing the village, leaving it a dry, dead husk of a town filled only with the painful memories of prisoners during the Nazi occupation, making Haunted Hills a possible metaphor for Kłomina. Then finally we have the most interesting comparison of all. Tilted
What is wrong with my camera?
The most popular drop point for players to pick up weapons and gear, which also makes it the most claustrophobic nightmare of all locations in the game. But a few weeks ago, players noticed a large comet in the sky at the...
Alright, I'm back, guys. I had to fix the camera. Let's resume.
Which also makes it the most claustrophobic nightmare of all locations in the game. But a few weeks ago, players noticed a large comet in the sky of the map and speculated that due to observations at different angles, the meteor was believed to strike Tilted Towers. For more information on that theory,
is that why the
video on it.
thing happened?
It's pretty deep in the science of the comet, the Morse code theory, all that good stuff.
Ooh, I saw this one. I saw that video. I should have reacted to it.
Was again when layering Fortnite's PvP map over Poland, Tilted Towers lines up very closely to a city called Poznan. And Poznan houses the Morasko Meteorite Reservation on its northern edge, which contains 7 meteorite impacts that are believed to have hit over 5,000 years ago.
Nice.
The timing might be a millennia apart, but the symbolism is definitely there. Heck, there's even a theory that Flush Factory is actually a shout-out to Mesta Tissue, one of the leading manufacturers of baking and toilet tissue in Europe, with one of their larger factories in the
people are going hard on these theories.
Which, again, if you layer the PvP map over Poland, is eerily close to Flush Factory. There's a lot of interesting ideas going on here for sure, but something that's really surprised me while researching this theory is that everyone's been so focused on the macro of this game. The map, its locations, the meteor's trajectory to Tilted Towers, overlapping locations to Polish towns. But no one's really focused on the micro. Local flora, fauna, architecture, monuments, cultural takes on modern conveniences. Everyone seems to be spending so much time with their heads literally in the clouds that it's left me wondering what sort of evidence, if any, resides in the minute game assets to prove whether or not Fortnite takes place in Poland. So I figured now's as good a time as any to pull out my magnifying glass and see what I could find. But seeing as Fortnite's Battle Royale mode can have you killed faster than you can turn around, I had to fall back on the PvE Save the World campaign in Fortnite. Yes, Fortnite not only has a PvE mode, but it's Fortnite's core game mode, filled with different environments, maps, and hopefully enough evidence to finally prove or disprove the theory that Fortnite is in Poland, because it sure ain't Jupiter. But before I start digging into my own theories on this game, I need to make a quick preface. I have very little experience with Poland or the Polish language. I'm sure
I don't have a
Poland
thing either.
But I've been culturally analyzing for well over 6 years now, and in that time I've learned a few tricks when researching cultures and countries I know very little about. Such as the first thing I started looking into in Fortnite's maps were signs. You know, like traffic signs. Because while science may
mind.
not have much in the way of linguistic or cultural relevance, they are definitely fingerprints for determining a country of origin. For example, a pedestrian sign in Japan, Indonesia, and the US are all completely different.
Dang.
And lucky
Is that
for
really
me,
what they look
Fortnite
like?
is peppered with street signs. All in all, I found
How many people have gone to another state?
No parking, school
or
zone, no U-turn,
yeah.
and slow signs. And there's likely even
Well,
more
just
that I missed.
another like
But how did
place.
they stack up with their Polish
Saw a
equivalent?
sign like that,
Well, it was actually
and became
mixed
like
at
that,
best.
like right there, just
Firstly,
so confused.
the pedestrian sign at its base did match up to not only Polish signs, but others from around Europe. However, the only sign I could find that had the red outline with a human figure walking the crosswalk was from France. No dice there. While the slow sign, no parking sign, and school zone sign were straight up American, so that didn't work either. But the stop sign, no U-turn sign, and a new one I found, a no open flame sign, surprisingly matched references I found in their Polish equivalents. Though
Close.
they were also identical to American counterparts.
Of course.
The final sign, though, the water's edge sign, also matched a Polish reference I found, but the difference in color didn't quite have me convinced. Nothing was uniquely Polish, but it wasn't purely American either. There was a lot of European influence. So I moved on to
maybe
the next
somewhere
subtle clue of country
American and
differentiation,
Polish?
Cars. Cars can be a big indicator of cultural uniqueness, not only in their domestic design, but also things like license plates and side of road preference can really
Dang.
narrow it down.
Speaking of cars,
And in Fortnite's case,
it's
the
such a
cars
cool
are parked
thing,
or abandoned
because
on
I'm
the
gonna be
right side
starting
of the road,
driver's ed
which knocks
soon.
the UK and a few other countries off the list. But then there's the matter of license plates, and this was
Been a long
also a
time
rather
since
mixed
I've done
bag.
that.
Plenty of cars in Fortnite have American-style tags complete with colored sections for state names in the top
Mumbling
center
again.
and colors to represent registration stickers on the top right. However, there are also other cars that had obviously European license plates. Telltale signs of this were
European?
the fact that the tags were thinner, they had no stickers, and
Ooh,
were
golden car.
exclusively black text on a white background. But the biggest clue was the number of characters on the license plate. 3, then 4, making 7. But now came the question of what country could these tags come from? Now, it couldn't be English, because English cars are required to have white tags in the front and yellow tags in the back. It couldn't be French either, considering how many more characters are used in their plates, and it couldn't be German, considering Fortnite's European car tags lack registration and safety seals that are required for German tags. But you know what European country does follow the 7-character white back tag format without a lot of stickers? Yep, Poland. I was getting closer. I kept searching through the game's
Poland.
maps looking for any other small detail that
Gotta
would be
be Poland.
territorially unique. Specifically Polish.
He's leading towards that.
Emergency vehicles, public utilities, all these things can have very specific appearances when it comes to individual countries.
Okay, was he
And while
playing
the
this
fire,
in the
police,
game?
EMT vehicles
He
in
was playing this
Fortnite
in the
were
game,
very
right?
American-looking,
So how
many of other
long did
things
he
were
take to
definitely
do
looking
this?
European. Bathrooms were labeled as water closets with the letters WC.
How long did he
Fire
take
hydrant
to research
designs
all
that
this?
were far more reminiscent of European hydrants than anything I've seen in the States. And telephone booths, one of the few things that actually has legible writing in this game, had the spelling T-E-L-E-F-O-N instead of the English T-E-L-E-P-H-O-N-E. But despite how European this game was looking, nothing was wholly
Ooh, that
Polish.
skateboard's kinda cool.
Sure, a lot of the above
Is that an
mentioned
item?
items share the same qualities
Well,
as their Polish counterpart,
duh, it's an
but
item.
so do most of the countries in Europe. Case in point, T-E-L-E-F-O-N might be the way Polish writes phone, but so does German, Dutch, Norwegian, and a dozen other languages. It was painfully obvious that
how
the aesthetic
frustrating do you
of
think
Fortnite
he was
incredibly
going through all this
European,
and realizing
but
almost
specifically
everything was the
Polish
same?
just didn't seem there. But there had to be something. There were too
Sorry about that again, guys. The video cut out. Let's begin again. Resume.
Fortnite was incredibly European, but specifically Polish, it just didn't seem there. But there had to be something. There were too many close calls just to label this game as a generic mix of American and Europeanisms. But
Yeah,
I
let's be honest. No one in the game theory just goes that
easily.
easily.
So I took an hour or so and just farmed mats in the
By the way, this is by the
But while I was
game
buying cars,
theorist.
furniture, and houses for their base materials, I noticed something. There's a ton of gnomes in this game, like garden gnomes. While they're all over the place in garden and toy stores like you'd expect, they're also just in general hiding all over the place on the map, hidden behind boxes, rocks, and trees. Heck, there's even a daily quest to hunt these little hidden buggers down and bash their wooden heads in. Not to mention, on occasion, they drop rare building materials which nothing else does. And this isn't just a PvE mode thing either. Finding these little buggers is a part of PvP as well. As one of the Battle Pass's weekly challenges, the game has you seeking out 7 different gnomes hidden throughout each of the different biomes. Fatal Fields, Dusty Depot, and so on.
What place has
So
what place has
what's up with this
gnomes?
hidden gnomes theme? Fortnite's already rocking the llama, so why bother with this concept of omnipresent gnomes? Well, in the Polish town of Wrocław, I got my answer. You can find tiny garden gnomes literally everywhere in this town, but only the most observant of folk will see them. Placed behind doorways, street corners, alleyways, anywhere that would be underfoot, but also hidden. Just like in Fortnite, where the gnomes seem to be just about everywhere, but hidden just out of sight. Now that sounds like a pretty strange quirk for a city, right? Well, what actually makes these little guys so important is their true purpose. The calling card of an underground protest movement organization called the Orange Alternative. Stalinist authoritarian
Of course.
has been paying a lot of people's side in Poland for a good long time.
Of course.
Martial law in 1981.
There's always a riot or something. Organization.
Was imposed, and the people of Wrocław were quickly growing tired of the oppression. So they decided to do something about it. Public anti-government messages and art were quickly painted over by militia forces that ran the city. So in response, the Orange Alternative painted over the militia's fresh propaganda, not with more anti-government slogans,
yes,
but gnomes. But more than
yes,
humiliated the militia forces who had to go around and compulsively censor harmless gnomes. Something so stupid that the militia couldn't even arrest people over it due to how absolutely absurd it was. But simple paintings were only the first gnomish forms of protest.
That's amazing.
Not only did people begin wearing orange gnome hats as a silent protest to the government, people began hiding gnome statues all over the city as constant
That's
reminders
genius.
and each civilian arrest made the government look even more and more petty and stupid. In 1989, the communist regime finally died away, and in honor of the little people that helped bring change to Poland, Wrocław continues to celebrate the gnomes that helped fight for their freedom by showcasing the various gnome statues that have been found.
That's
To this
cool.
day, more and more gnomes are being discovered, with over 165 in the city found.
Really?
We're counting every day. Well, it may
It's a
only be
lot.
one specific
And think about this. These are hidden.
one doozy of a connection. But is Fortnite truly based in Poland? Well, while the game certainly takes after the culture of its co-creators, Epic Games Poland, aka People Can Fly, I'd be hard-pressed to say that the game really does take place there. But who knows? Epic Games has some big plans for Fortnite, and there's no telling what
So it's your guys' opinion. You could say if it's in Poland or not if you want.
If these Fortnite theories have you curious about what other secrets the game may hold, be sure to check out MatPat's videos. He's gone into this stuff way more than I
I might react to those because a few of these I haven't seen.
Cultural theories, I just got done looking at an old school anime that recently got a reboot that takes a hard stab at one of the internet's most
That one I might
infamous
not.
YouTubers. And if you love what we do here on the Game Theorist channel, be sure to drop a like and a sub. It lets us know that the insane levels of research that we put into each and every video is appreciated. But is Fortnite...
Alright. So yeah, like I said, it's your opinion if you want to say it's in Poland or not. It could be, it might not, you never know. But hey, the gnome thing is really cool. I didn't know anything about that. But I have to agree, dude, putting gnomes over the posters just is hilarious. Because if you think about it, like, think about this. You're putting up, like, posters for a serious thing. Ready to start a war serious. And then guess what? You go back to it, there's this, like, 5-year-old looking gnome picture on it. Imagine that. And then you got people looking like Smurfs running around the place. Hiding things. Dude, that is hilarious. Oh, jeez. Like I said, I'm a little sick, sorry. Jeez. Thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you later.